There, hey there, hi do. Hey there, hey there, hey there, hi diddly do there. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry. Sorry about that. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? I'm live. Ooh, I'm playing on the Steam Deck too, yeah. Mmm. And we are live. Alright now. Right now. How about? Did I start the wrong one? Oops, I started the wrong one. Hold on now. Sorry about that, I got a little distracted and, pressed the wrong one. Sorry about that. Sorry, we were doing Portrait Rune, sorry. I will probably do another run of Order of Ecclesia. Although, I actually did pretty well I did pretty well. I remember, I used to really suck at, Order of Ecclesia. Not even gonna lie. And then I found out kind of how it works. It's like, hey, if you get a whole ton of attribute points, you can, you can beat Dracula really easily. It turns out it's easy to beat Dracula if you just use the speedrunner strat. Alright, now let's get going, shall we? Alright. By the way, I have the Holy Claymore. Best weapon in the game. Yeah, I have, like, the best weapon in the game, so... yeah. It turns out if you give, Vincent enough money. Yeah, I kinda, bought 2 Master Rings off him. Alright, now it's anytime get reindeered. Ooh, reindeered. Alright, Charlie, get up here. So you can get up here with the whip skill. Alright, alright now. Grab the little itty bitty spear, which we're not gonna need. Alright, time to take on Behemoth. Alright now. I know, watch out. Alright, might as well Holy Lightning. Alright now. Alright, luckily we beat Behemoth without taking any damage. Yeah, the dart is pretty powerful. Alright, dart is very OP. Alright, the true method to use darts is, just... Alright, now. You just backdash cancel into them. That's the real power of darts. That's how you really use darts. Yeah, it makes quick work of a lot of enemies, really. Yeah, but I probably won't be using it. Alright, now. Applebee's all you can eat, $15.99. Applebee's? The Applebee's around me, closed a long time ago, dude. There's no Applebee's anymore, they all closed down. I had a fun stream myself. Hi, Vexus. Hi, Yenny. Alright, now we got a golem here. I know, skeleton archers. Spooky, scary skeletons. That reminds me of, I'm building, whites. So I basically plan on, Alright, now, I was buying, some packs to try and, get some ultra rare dust. Just to try to get ultra rare dust. Although I should probably, actually buy... it's gonna suck to, actually pay into the gacha. But I think maybe if I hoard gems by Halloween and, when, Pumpkin eventually comes out, I'll be able to build a pumpkin deck. Alright, now, I do want to, try to get, Sheridan for that, though. I also want to get card destruction for my, current deck. And maybe another copy of, Super Poly. Turns out Super Polymerization is, a pretty good board breaker. Against a lot of things. Yeah, I've had, people, I've had some people, surrender just because I resolved, Super Poly. And, one of the decks I ran into, was actually pretty fun to go up against because, it was basically, Fire Princess Burn within prior Princess Burn. In retrospect, I should probably run some, Spell Trap Removal just in case. Ooh, level up again. Alright, level 15. Uh-oh, the Invisible Man. Alright, remember in the movie, the Invisible Man, is like a terrorist or something. He has like a really high kill count, yeah. Yeah, that's one of the Universal monsters, and Castlevania really loves its Universal monsters. Which I don't blame it at all. I don't blame it at all for that. I mean, we got Wolfman, we got Dracula, we got that creature, which, sometimes it's called Frankenstein's monster. Although, alright now. Although, technically speaking, technically speaking, the Doctor is the real monster. Oh yeah, I remember there was a floor that we could break here. I just wasn't sure where it was. No, I'm not a vampire bat, no. No, I am not a succubus, no. I got succubus, Ewu? Oh no. Alright now. I mean, succubus is required to be Sorry of Sorrow, so, technically speaking, succubus is necessary to, beat one of the Castlevanias. Yeah, you have to grind a succubus for hours to get her soul, so you can beat the game. Grind a succubus, oh no. Yeah, that might, result in, death, so please be careful. Succubuses, do steal, basically steal life force with death. Do steal life force with, by sex. And basically, if you nut, you lose. And basically, if you nut, you lose your soul. Which, might make them a little sad. Depending on the succubus lore we're going with. Oh cool, I got the Inuit boots. Those are rare. Oh no. Yeah, however, despite the memes, I am not a succubus, no. It's just a silly detractor meme. It's a meme from my detractors, dude. Oh no, mermen. Alright, those are the creatures from the Black Lagoon. I recognize them. Man, the creature from the Black Lagoon is a good movie. Alright, and there's a, item over here, the boiled starfish. You may recognize it from Classicvania. In fact, this game, takes a lot from, Classicvania, since it's, basically based on, since it's basically the successor to the Bloodline storyline. Yeah, this game is set in the same universe as that storyline. Oh, whoops. Alright, ow. Alright, now, I'm being bullied by my own kin. I'm being bullied by my own kin. I don't like that. That's mean. I don't want to be... Alright, now. Oh, no, Mudman. Alright, that kind of reminds me of, a Goosebumps book. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a Goosebumps book in the classic, in the, original run of, in the original series of, Goosebumps. Which was back in the 90s. There was one that, had Mudman in it. Alright, wasn't it called You Can't Scare Me? I think that was You Can't Scare Me. Yeah, I think that was it, yeah. Anyway, that one definitely had Mudman. Alright, I'll just ignore the copper armor there. Whoop. Watch out for the bats. Alright, now, alright, now. Now, bats in Classicvania are very annoying. And very dangerous. They're significantly more dangerous than that. Oh, wow, no, I'm not, a wild cute bat, no, I'm not cute. Alright, now, I'm not cute. Oh yeah, we also need to grind, you know, skill ring. What? Death? Oh no, it's death. I'm not cute. That's false information. I thought you would appear the ones who opposed my master. Thank you for the head pats, by the way. He's swirling with black magic. I've read about him. Dracula's eternal servant. Death! Yeah, Death himself takes orders from Dracula. That's how you know Dracula is a serious business villain. Dracula isn't the castle's master anymore. Why are you here? Time to get you weird. They must be driving you batty. A little bit. Why, what an odd thing to say. This castle belongs to Lord Dracula, to him and no one else. I get it. You've joined forces with Bronner because you're thinking of resurrecting Dracula, aren't you? Bronner, who are you talking about? There's no point in playing dumb. We already know the current master of the castle is a vampire by the name of Bronner. Vampire Bronner, even with my power I didn't sense that. This needs to be dealt with before the return of my master. What, you really didn't know? Well, it doesn't matter, you're connected to Dracula. So I'll fight you here and now. How, with that useless whip of yours? At least your dead father was strong enough to wield it. Don't compare me to my father! I am not a succubus! I am not a succubat. Alright now. Calm down, Jonathan. We can't beat him without a strategy. I don't think he needs a little child to admonish him. Alright now. Sorry, Charlotte. Whenever someone mentions my father, I just lose it. That's alright, it's not like you started hating your father just now, but what's the point of getting mad at someone who isn't even here? It's because he is not here. Listen, my father only taught me the basics of fighting and then he went and got himself killed, leaving me the heir to the whip. That whip he didn't teach me how to wield. He was so selfish. He must have had his reasons, and don't forget, you've been fighting without the whip's power so far, thanks to his teaching. Maybe so. But now Dracula may be reviving it, can't use the power I'm meant to use. Even though my father could. That's true, but even with all this talk of my father, talking won't change a thing. Come on, let's go. When death makes an appearance, Dracula can't be far away. You're right. He was so selfish to die, how dare he? Oh, come on now, Jonathan. Be nice about your old man. It's not like he died. It's not like he died to spite you, okay? Yeah, he died, missing his child support payments. Alright now. Alright now. Alright now. Alright now, let's get... Oh, now maids! Alright, you guys have seen me in a maid outfit? I always think these maids look a little like, Oompa Loompas. They look a little like Oompa Loompas. Oh no. Yeah, I think the hair just makes... I think the hair, makes them look a little like Oompa Loompas, yeah. Oompa Loompa Doompity Dump. I've got another riddle. I've got another puzzle for you. What do you get when you call a bat cute? Spamming the same meme like a tractor. Alright now. By the way, we should probably grind on Persephone to, get her dress. We're gonna steal it from her. We're gonna steal her dress. Wait, her dress is, a very rare item, isn't it? Alright now. You get much sex here. Alright now. What do you get when you call back cute a cute Cinderella reaction? No, I'm not cute. I'm not cute. That was false information. Stop lying. Stop spreading lies and misinformation. Lies, 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 and more lies. Lies, lies, and more lies. You guys know your nose will grow if you keep telling lies, Your nose will grow if you keep telling lies. So stop telling lies. No. I saw the pics that have been posted, live footage of... Oh no. Oh yeah, I saw the pics too of, Yenny and me. Oh man. Oh man. Hey guys, did you see the new art that, Inamati got? Yeah, it's with Plumeri and Triandra. Yeah, they're both named after flowers, and that's super duper cute. That's super duper lovely. Yeah, sort of like how you guys are super duper lovely, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna grind on this skeleton and, hopefully get us boomerang. And, oh wow, we leveled up. Well, if we get the alright. Well, if we get the level 20 before starting, you know, I think we'd be pretty good for that. Well, thank you for the bit. Alright, thank you for the bit. I am not a succubus flavored Dorito. That is false information. No. I am not a succubus or a Dorito. No. That is false information. That is a detractor meme. That is like a detractor meme, dude. Not a Dorito, not a succubus. I am not a succubus. Alright. It's a good thing, you know, the power of Tulpamancy is, you know, sealed, so you guys can't imagine me as all sorts of, you know, weird nonsense. Yeah, unfortunately, Earth are, you know, humans can't use, you know, Tulpamancy. No, I am not Cool Ranch. That is false. That is fake news. That is lies. I am not a Dorito. And Doritos, you know, and Dorito is a detractor meme, okay? That's why Earth 3 pretty much operates entirely off of Tulpa Magic. Wait, what? Tulpa Magic? Oh no. Oh boy. Alright now. Alright, I see a boss up ahead. Alright, that'd be Kermit. That'd be Kermit, you know, the demon that lives in enclosed bases, whatever they're based on. Whatever, you know, Kermit is supposed to be. Whatever Kermit is supposed to be. Or however you pronounce his, you know, silly name. The tractors of any Cool Ranch, you get a lot of credit for her. From her now. Alright now. When did you think we'll get my Toxic Uri manga? Someone from Earth R wrote it and it got uploaded. And it got uploaded into Earth P. No! Alright, we need to push this over here. Alright, I've got an MLG Pro Strat for this, you know, boss in particular. I've got an MLG Pro Strat for this boss. Oh, wait for my signal. Yeah, Ice Needle is, you know, the best way to take this thing down. All you have to do is push it in your... Alright, just make sure you have Ice Needle for this. I'm going to start including coupons in Doritos Farms with all purchases from my store. There's no in Dorito Farms, what are you talking about? There's no in Dorito Farms, no. There's no in Dorito Farms, no. That is, you know, 100% a detractor meme. And Dorito Farms is a detractor meme, okay? It's not a real place. There is no farm for Indoritos. There is no Tooth Fairy, there is no Easter Bunny, and there is no Indorito. Wait, actually, the Tooth Fairy and the Easter Bunny are real in my world. But there's definitely no Indorito Farms. I'm offer indie sponsorship with code Indorito now. Oh man. No, wow. We're starting to, you know, move a little fast in chat, man. How many of you guys are here? Alright, I'm not used to chat moving so fast. I'm sorry. Oh, cool, I got an iron plate. Cool, I got the iron plate. Nice, I got the iron plate. Alright, nice. That'll, you know, really boost. Alright, now this is Larry, you know, she shoots ricocheting bullets. Also, over here is a breakable wall, which leads to a dual crash, which is very important. The Axe Bomber, which, you know, is essential to, you know, killing final guards. The lore fact? Oh yeah, by the way, did you know that Enemy's, you know, job as a civilian job is, you know, working in a hero school? You know how people use true arts? Yeah, basically I got like I'm teaching the psychic class, so but you know, I'm teaching them to be real heroes anyway. Despite that. Alright now. I mean, one of the classmates I have, you know, has the ability of smoke, and there's also the one that, you know, There's also the one that, has, the Blight Touch. And there's also the one that has, the Depression power. Oh, and the one with Maid Magic. Oh, and the parry, who uses makeup manipulation. Oh, yeah. And also the one that, has horniness the horny manipulation. Yeah. Yeah, the horny dream manipulation, yeah. Alright, yeah. Alright, now. Alright, I need to be a little careful about the great armor here. Alright, what do I want from, what do I want for... Alright, now. Man, as nature intended, oh dear. Yeah, alright now. Alright now. Yeah, she kind of has a tragic backstory, related to her, losing her humanity and, her identity, because she was basically left down a well, by her actual mom. And, kind of adopted by an unseelie. Who is a former member of, is a former member of, and that unseelie fairy is, former member of Legion that basically adopted themselves into unseelie lore. They're basically a witch that lives in the candy house. Well, the bad guy is, anyway. Oh no, a mimic. Alright, Annabelle, alright, Annabelle's, favorite creature. Alright, I hear that, mimics have a rare 1% chance to have a Grimoire drop. So we need to make sure we get it. We need to make especially sure that we get that. Alright now. Alright now, watch out for Skeletorang. Yeah, they obviously throw boomerangs. Yeah, sort of alright now. Alright now, what game does it remind me of again? Oh yeah, right, Symphony of Night, yeah. Oh, ow. Oh, ow, I'm taking a little bit of a beating, so I'm sorry. Sorry about that, I'm getting a little careless. I need to be a little more careful. Actually... Oh, wait. Actually, this is a perfect opportunity to show you guys a little something. Right now, I need it to be about... I have access to infinite healing whenever I want. Yeah, there's a glitch in the game that just basically gives you infinite healing. Alright now, I know I'm cheating, aren't I? Alright now. Oh, well, whoops. Alright, be a little careful about the hill guards. Why am I having trouble with hill guards? They're not, Alright, there's no Endorito farms, there's no Endorito. Also, damn, I need to, I'm sorry, I'm really focused on the game, so I'm sorry if I'm not reading chat, I'm sorry. I apologize. It's creative use of unintended game mechanics. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, that, alright now. Funny enough, Kamani originally, was originally patched it out. In this version of the game, and then they, patched it back in because, and then someone on their team was nice enough to patch it back in. For some strange reason. Yeah, not bad for Kamani. Not bad for Kamani, really. Considering that they've had a few rough patches, in the past, really. Considering that Kamani has had a few, less than reputable, has, had a bit of a history with being a little bit less than reputable. In the past. Which is kind of why they stopped making Castlevania games until, now. Yeah, mostly the reason they're returning to video games, let's face it, it's because of gambling laws. It's because the gambling laws changed in Japan and, they can't, get into pachinko like they used to. Yeah, they were very huge into pachinko. Oh, look, oh no, a naked woman. The most terrifying of enemies. Oh no, a monster girl, oh no. Alright, that kind of reminds me of, you know, that one demon girl I keep saying that, you know, is apparently, you know, to promote chocolate or something. Kind of reminds me of that. Alright, I remember one of the paintings is up here. Alright now, oh, alright, Skeleton Gunmen do have a spell they can drop. And I just got it. Very quickly, too. Alright, I remember there's a breakable ceiling up here. I'm pretty sure this leads to a nun's robes. And to an MP max. Nice. Alright, Skeleton Gunmen are a lot deadlier in, Symphony of Night, really. Especially due to their placement. Yeah, kind of due to their placement, really. Yeah, especially in that one room where you get the shield rod, and they're kind of in the same room with those knights that are pretty powerful enemies, and they're all by themselves. Also, this enemy has the ability to drop, a plate as well, to drop a silver plate as well as, dropping a weapon. Alright, I might try to get it. Alright, I'll try to get it if I can. Alright, probably not gonna sit here. Alright now. I need to, do it. Alright now. Oh yeah, there we go. Also, be careful of his crossbow bolts. They do a lot of damage. Quite a bit of damage, actually. Oh yeah, I should also grind on Lilith here. Yeah, she drops a corset, which is pretty good. Alright now. Alright now, alright now. My marketing for chocolate, eat it because, it's full of drugs that make your brain feel good like somebody loves you. Alright now. You're a lonely loser. Oh, yeah. Alright now. Yeah, that room was hell until you get Bat Wing and Wing Smash through it. Yeah, and it sure is, yeah. Yeah, that room is kind of hellish. I remember that room very well. Yeah, the Shield Rod room is hellish. By the way, I'm eating a handful of Russell Stouffer's chocolate. Oh, nice. That's good chocolate. Oh, wow, ow. Alright, ow. Alright, I took a bunch of damage. Luckily, I have access to infinite healing, so it's hardly a problem. Alright, I need to be more careful. These guys are very strong and they can easily kill you. I gotta be careful. The crossbow armors are pretty strong and they can kill you. You gotta be real careful. And they also have an upgraded version, later in the game too, called the Buster Armor. And, the Buster Armor can basically just, annihilate you in one shot. With their heat-seeking missiles. With their heat-seeking missiles, even. Yeah, imagine, crossbow armor, but, they have heat-seeking missiles and, alright now. Alright, yeah, but they have heat-seeking missiles. And that is, even worse than, the crossbow armor. That's right, only the best artificial feelings for me. Oh. Alright now. Alright now, by the way, you guys are all super cute, by the way. By the way, I want you guys to know that you are super cute, okay? You're not. Alright now. The best artificial feeling. Alright now. Love is a great artificial feeling. Oh, hey, you dropped the silver plate. Nice. Alright, I'm pretty sure the silver plate is the rare. Oh, the silver plate's a common drop. Oh no. Alright now. Alright now. Oh wow, ooh, I got the crossbow bolt, nice. I'd say that because 42 was literally the first word in both the description and the title. Alright, now, let's see if, Lilith will drop, her thing. Her corset. And, alright, now, it might not happen. At any rate, we're gonna be really strong in the game. We're gonna be super strong, yeah. We're gonna be, oh wait, there it is. The Lilith corset. Right, the little corset is just straight up more defense for Charlotte. And yeah, alright, ow, ow. Ow. I think I'm gonna post screenshots of it so people can understand how stupid that person is. The email of that title at the top of it says 42 and probably emerald foam sword. You're dealing with some difficult customers, aren't you? Yeah, unfortunately, you seem to be dealing with some difficult customers, huh? Yeah, it happens. Yeah, working any sort of job where you have to interact with the public, on a regular basis does suck. Not even gonna lie. Not even gonna lie a little bit. Oh no, Hildgard. Oh wow, right. Some dev. A complete jerks who are not one, but no one's actually this them. Guess how I was posted? No. It might be a fate messing with phone. Oh well. Well, fairies certainly, know how to mess with a lot of people, yeah. Alright, there's a reason, Fae is a creature type in, the lore of, Tulpas. Yeah, and, alright now. Although, technically speaking, all creature types, are basically, there's good and bad in each of them, yeah. Well, mostly. Well, mostly, if you... Alright now. It's mostly because of, more modern culture that, they're starting to get a little more monstrous and, seeing the stuff that's more friendly. Which is actually really good. Oh, I remember this guy. Alright, this guy has a spell he can drop. Also, he breathes poison, so we have to be careful of that. Alright, now. Oh yeah, equip the Tome of Arms too to Charlotte. Because I forced to jump through hoops for these kind of people and make the sale and do everything nice for anyone else to give you a one-star review because pieces of shit are pieces of shit. Yeah, unfortunate, yeah. I know, oh no, now Mimic. Alright now, watch out for mimics. Alright, Annabelle, you like mimics, don't you? I, however, as a magical girl, really love mimics. Oh yeah, that kind of reminds me of when I was playing Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth. If Deedlit, interacts with a mimic, it'll basically, for her, sort of like, been Freerin. I am pretty sure it might be an intentional reference to Freerin, though. I think it might be an intentional reference to Freerin, though. No, I'm not even gonna lie. Alright, now. Not even gonna lie. I don't blame him. Freerin is so good. I really need to start, collecting. I really need to start getting into manga again. I've been feeling, alright now. Deedlit existed long before her? Yes, I'm aware. I'm aware, but she gets... But I'm talking about something very specific, in Deedlit and Wonder Labyrinth, yeah. The Night Fears are kind of space cadets. Yeah, mostly that comes from them, being basically immortal children. Basically being immortals that are, eternally children. And it kind of messes with their senses. That's why you get elves that, that's why elves are partway, wise aesthetics, sometimes. And then other times they're complete space cadets. Yeah. Oh, I can't move that. Right, I need a strength upgrade, which I don't have. Oh no, Spittle Bones. At least they don't drop poison. At least they don't spit up poison in this game. Oh wow, that was a lot of ribs. That was a lot of ribs coming at me. All right, now. I cannot relate. I have to admit, I'm being a half elf while I have to admit to being. I will never admit to being a half elf when I was alive. Wait, you were all right now. You were half elf. No. There's nothing wrong with being a half. If Tales of Symphonia taught me anything, it's there's nothing wrong with being a half-elf. No. I won't ever admit anything. I think you just did. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I think you just did, yeah, so I'm afraid you're known as a half-elf. Alright, now. I'm afraid you just did. I can't believe the Spittlebones in this game have a more annoying version of them. Yeah, I'm talking about the Vice Beetle. Ugh. I remember there's one room in this game, in the Nest of Evil, where there's just like a bunch of, you know, a bunch of those things, you know, coming at you all at once. Oh, here's the Lilith room that you need to get cursed in. Yeah, but you need Lilith to do like a specific attack from that, and, you know, sometimes it's not very reliable. You need her to do the hard attack to curse you. Yeah, and getting cursed, you know, basically drains all your MP, yeah. Which is pretty nasty, not gonna lie. Pretty nasty attack, not gonna lie. I prefer the term mostly human. I mean, alright now. Alright now. Yeah, if you were half-elf, wouldn't you be at most half-human? Come on, guys, don't be mean to half-elves. Don't be mean to half-elves. After all, you guys know I'm part human, right? No. You guys know I'm part human, right? Yeah, you shouldn't be mean to half-elves, you know. Alright, now, there we go. I'll just use my secret healing technique. Alright, I kinda need to grind this enemy. Alright, luckily the item's not too rare. Unfortunately, it has 2 items it can drop. Alright, alright, Glacius, Levelus. I remember one of the people inside of Discord, you know, was telling me about this guy. How they're like a president in hell or something. Alright now. Alright now. I mean, half and half is only taken into account regular DNA. All your mitochondrial DNA comes from your mother. Uh-oh. Now watch out for the poison breath. Alright now. I did not mean to half-elves. I just bunny eater, just a bunny eater here, correct? He's one of the Argothea. Yeah, he's from the Argothea. Apparently, you know, Solomon in the Bible apparently was a wizard. Even though that, you know, stuff actually, you know, came about later and was never actually part of the Bible. I might be one of half-elves, but my mitochondrial DNA is 100% elf. Oof. Alright, that kind of reminds me of, you know, the spider anime. Yeah, elves are like the bad guys in that. Kind of funny that the elves are the bad guys in that. Alright, now, why are the elves the bad guys in that? I don't know. But if you think about it, they're always the bad guys. I mean, maybe. Not always. I mean, they're alright now. No. Oh, there's a spell. Nice, we got the spell. Nice, I got an acidic bubble. Alright, now I need to fill in the map. Alright, I need the strength upgrade to get past that. Now, watch out for the poison breath. Watch out for the toxicity. I might have some elf mommy issues. Oh. I mean, elfin women are pretty mommy, not gonna lie. I mean, elfin women are pretty mommy, yeah? Yeah, and they're also very easy for bards to seduce. They're also easy to seduce when you're a bard. Elf women are tiny. No, they're not. No, I can assure you they're not tiny. You're thinking, alright now, they're not tiny. They're not tiny, they're just not American. Alright, being not American doesn't mean you're tiny. Alright, now. I'm pretty sure they're like, you know, European or something, I guess. Alright, now. Oh no. Skeleton archers. Alright, now. Spooky, scary skeletons. Alright, sorry, foam. I'm kind of killing your kin, so I'm sorry about that. Yeah, alright, now. I'm sorry, foam. I'm killing your kin. Sorry about killing your kin, foam. Europeans are generally taller than, you know, Americans, though. Yeah, and not as, you know, heavyweight. And definitely not fat asses. Not the way Americans are. Oh no, there's the nun habit. Alright, I need to grab the nun's habit. Europeans are, you know, they will be replaced. Actually, it depends on what humans burn, what humans from in both Americas and Europes. Okay then. Alright now. Oh yeah, this is a good place to grind, you know, Persephone for her dress. Oh hey, I got the dress. Hey, I got the dress. Cool, I got the dress, but you know, it's actually, you know, not as good. Cool, I got the dress, nice. Alright, we successfully stole a dress from, you know, an Oompa Loompa. Oompa Loompa Doompity Doom. Well, I've got another puzzle for you. What do you get when you steal a dress? Alright now. Alright now. Alright, remember it's alright now. Remember it's cool to alright now. There's a place in Europe where humans are taller, and there's a place in America where humans are taller. It usually has to do with diet more than anything. Yo! Alright now. Both of you did raise your height going down to Great Britain, that's so you. Alright now, and me being offensive to Persephone's. Alright, I'm sorry, I'm being offensive to the Persephone's. No, I'm not trying to be offensive to the Persephone's. They just look like Oompa Loompas. I just think they look a little like Oompa Loompas. I mean, their hairstyle and, you know, skin tone looks like an Oompa Loompa. Oh no, a demon wheel. Oh no, it's one of those wheels from, you know, Japan or something. It's one of those Japanese, you know, wheel demons or something. Oh no. What the heck? Alright, now I'm pretty sure one of those was like in, you know, Muramasa the Demon Blade. You know, Fight Vanillaware. Yeah, you guys ever play any Vanillaware games, by the way? You should definitely play them. You should play Odin Spear, Dragon's Crown, and if you can, you know, Muramasa Demon Blade, but it's kind of hard to get it since it's, you know, on console only. You know, unless of course you get it from a totally legitimate source. And play it on PC. Cool, we got a steel whip. Whip it good. Ironically enough, you know, alright now. The only thing Britain is great was at stealing and creating, you know, petite tsundere cat bottoms, it seems. Yeah, there's a lot there. Alright now. Alright now. Yeah, we seem to throw in a lot of, you know, those, you know, those tsundere cat boys, don't we? Yeah, California too also produces those. Apparently. Apparently California is also good at producing those. You know, considering the other one. But of course, you know, the Brit one. Alright now. But you know, I've noticed a lot of them are British. What is with British and being, you know, tsundere bottoms? What's with British people being tsundere bottoms? Oh yeah, watch out for the heat, watch out for this place. Alright, this tomb is, you know, loaded with traps, so kind of be careful about that. Oh wow, this tomb is loaded with traps, oh no. You know, not the fun kind, like, not the fun kind of traps, you know, the pain kind of traps, yeah. Yeah, you guys know what I mean, right? Alright, now it's more like, alright, now. 14, I mean, the 14 and 1800s was us pretty much fighting each other while fucking everyone else up in the world. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like, human history is, full of conflict. Oh, hey, the Urza, they have, actually good stuff they can drop. They have, good stuff they drop. Alright, yeah, but it's gonna be a bit painful to grind them. Alright, there is also, and I'm pretty sure there's a dragon zombie over here. Luckily, with my Holy Claymore, the dragon zombies are no problem. Yeah, dragon zombies are pretty strong, so be careful. Oh hey, we got one of the good drops. Alright, the Caceres is, has really good armor, yeah. Of course, I kind of want two of them. You can also put one to Charlotte, too. Yeah, it's probably... Alright, now. You also have headgear that, improves luck. They also have headgear that also improves luck that they can drop. Which is pretty decent. At least for now. At least, if you're grinding for stuff. Fortunately, it's gonna be a little bit painful. Alright, maybe I want to do it in a different room. I really don't want to deal with Ghost. I want to do it in a different room. I think there's an easier room up ahead somewhere. Oh wait, just be careful about this pyramid that is loaded with traps. This guy reminds me, back in World War II, apparently, tomb raiding was, very common. Yeah, since this game is kind of set in World War II, I guess that's intentional. Yeah, Funny Mustache Man was, very interested in archaeology, apparently. And we, yeah, we don't like, well, Right now, watch out for, the giant boulders coming down at you. Oh, ow. Oh, fuck, yeah. You see that? That's why. Luckily, we have infinite healing. Ow. Luckily, I have infinite healing. Yeah, those boulders really sting. Not even gonna lie in the least. Alright, now that's pretty much what the whole Indiana Jones series is about. Yeah, stealing from ancient tombs. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, alright now. Huh, I guess, Indiana Jones was inspired by that, huh? Yeah. Yeah, alright now. Evil bad dude, from history, who's like, the Mustache Man, Yeah, him and his goons, being the villains in, Indiana Jones is, kind of based on their interest in archaeology. And coincidentally, Bronner, made a world, based on that. One of his paintings, apparently. So, yeah. Alright, now. Yeah, alright, now. No wonder Bronner made a world based on that. Also, I like the implication that, Bronner is potentially, might be English. And his daughters might have died, and might have, might have died, while they were in school. Yeah, just based on, some of the level direction, in this game. Yeah, and alright now. Alright now. Just based on some of the level direction in this game, what it's going for. That it's kind of not really outright saying. Uh-oh. Ho ho ho, I'm a bit surprised to find you inside my painting. Bronner, you must be Bronner. How dare you show my father some respect. We're just, having a casual conversation. No need to freak out. Calm yourself, Stella. What could they possibly know of respect? They're just humans after all. Yeah, you guys are really being disrespectful. Indeed, I am Bronner, master of this castle. Are you trying to revive Dracula? What the hell are you up to? If Dracula, you say, what a joke, right, sister? Watching these ignorants get so worked up can be so entertaining. It seems you have no intention of reviving Dracula. Why should Lord Dracula be revived? In the last few centuries, he's failed at controlling humanity. I will wait no longer. For the sake of my beloved daughters, I will take this world from mankind. Humans bring death and ruin to everything of beauty. If you're not after Dracula, then why has the castle been resurrected? Lord Dracula's power is great. I recognize that, and through this castle, this power will allow the world to be reborn. You only want to use Dracula's power? But it shouldn't be possible to separate Dracula from his magic. Oh, but it is with a covered-line lady. So long as I possess the power of paintings, I have no trouble at all. Father, you need not waste time on such insolent pests. What did you say? Jonathan, stop getting worked up. Alright now. Alright now. The Tool Society. We don't talk about them. Well, no need to be hasty, dear. That moment Dracula's faithful servant is sniffing around my castle, disposing of him is our first priority. But Father, you two have nothing to worry about. Please retire to a safe place and get some rest. Yeah, by the way, you two haven't been fully converted into vampires yet, so I need to, make sure that happens. You heard me, we can dispose of this trash at any time. Alright, that's gonna be your mistake, Bronner. I'm pretty sure you're stronger than me at this point in the game. Alright now. He has incredible power. Just the sight of him could drive an ordinary person mad. Yep, it would have been messy. If only I could use the whip. Look, at least we're alive. Yeah, but I'll make him regret ever crossing paths with us. What, Jonathan? Why are you being so vengeful? No. Yes, I'm pretty sure putting death down is easier and said than done. I mean, considering Dracula is kind of a really powerful villain. It might be kind of hard to take him down. Oh, well, watch out for traps. I mean, it seems like you could just, take care of Jonathan and Charlotte right now and, eliminate their threat to you. But, whatever. Whatever, villain. Yeah, whatever, villain. You're gonna pay for your arrogance. Villain's gonna pay for his hubris. Hey, we can summon a spooky ghost. Hey there, spooky ghost. How's it going? Oh, I got clear skies. Alright, now. Oh yeah, we got the javelin, didn't we? Yeah, we got the javelin. I'll save the javelin for later. I will have to grind that a little bit later, but I'm not gonna do that right now. Yeah, I'm not gonna grind it right now, though, at this moment. As much as I would. Alright, now. Also, you can kill the red skeletons in this game, but you need very specific stuff to do it. Let's see, one of them is the Undead Killer, and the other one is the spell Sanctuary. Also, Sanctuary is, also required to beat the game, and, it's kind of a pain to use. And I'm pretty sure in the copy of, Portrait of Ruin that I have, the sister fight, is a little bit bugged, so they constantly, spam the same attack without ever ending it. Oh, my health is kind of low. And we need to get right pixel perfect. Alright, I should have probably been watching my health a little bit more. Sorry about that. Good thing I have infinite healing. Yeah, I can't, do that. I can't do all that room on the map because, I require Frog, and I require, the ability to fly, or, at least jump high. Although then again, fly. Alright, now. Alright, now, Frog. Frog. The power of Frog. Oh no, oh no! It's a sandworm! I remember these things from... Alright, now. Have you guys ever seen Tremors, by the way? Alright, now, have you guys ever seen the movie Tremors? Yeah, that's what these creatures, you know, remind me of. Yeah, alright now. Then again, you know, most sandworms that I've seen in video games kind of do resemble the graboids a little bit. Although I'm pretty sure that might be intentional. Alright now, alright now. Whoops, didn't mean to... Alright now. Oh wait, I'm pretty sure the ectoplasm also has a spell, doesn't it? Oh shit, I have... Alright, whoop. Alright now, I need to be a little more careful. Alright, why is there random spikes just up there? Is somebody silly enough to, you know, just touch that? And there's one of those, you know, demon wheels. Oh, thank you, and thank you, and for the head pats. Yeah, pretty sure putting death that. Alright, now. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys for, you know, hanging out with me. I appreciate it very much. Alright, I apologize. Alright, now. Oh, whoa, watch out for traps. Alright, yeah, be a little careful when you first come into this room. I've seen, you know, people come in here and, you know, immediately get surprised, get jumped by the traps. Okay, it's the area on the other pyramid, alright now. Alright now, this room is the easier one to grind the Elgaiza in. Alright, I guess I'll do that. Alright now, dealing with the arms is a little... Alright now. Alright, nice. Nice, took him down while he was falling. Alright now, I'll try to, you know, get another, you know... I'll try to, you know, get the headgear and the dress from him. Right now, I'll try anyway. At least I'll try. They're not very common, though. You weren't careful there, you might be penetrated before you realize what's going on. Yeah. Yeah, just be very... Alright now. Oh hey, we got it, nice. Well, that took a lot less time than I thought it would. Well, that certainly took a lot less time than I thought it would. Nice. Oh wait, isn't... Alright now. Hold on while I go over here. Alright, that's a save point. We don't need that. Alright, but... Wait, did I take a mission? Oh, whoops. Alright, watch out for enemies around here. Alright, I'm pretty sure... Oh wait, I just remembered I'm supposed to take side quest, aren't I? I might have, you know, forgotten to do that. Oh well. Oh well. Alright, wait. Oh, whoops. Alright, I think I'll go back for now. I think I'll head back for now. I'm pretty sure I forgot to, you know, take side quests. Well, at least we got those two dresses from the Elgaiza. Those ones are gonna be pretty good for a while. You know, even better than the silver plate, to be honest. You wouldn't think an Egyptian outfit in Egyptian clothes would be, you know, better than, you know, just wearing armor, but, you know, whatever. Alright, now. Alright, Defender of the Stairs. Alright, Ghost in the Desert. Oh wow, I already died now. Better AC rating. Alright, now better AC rating, duh. And then it's like bikini armor. I mean, that is very true, yeah. I mean, that is a very good point, yeah. Very, very good point, yeah. Yeah, it's about the AC rating. Yeah, alright now, it's about the AC rating. I mean, technically technically speaking in the lore, bikini armor does actually have high defense. Yeah, the reason for it is because, bikini armor is enchanted to basically, make your skin super durable. So you can look good while, having high defense, and, if enemies try to hit you with slashing blades or bullets, they just kind of bounce off you. Yes, and I'm definitely not, saying that to, just excuse, have anybody, wear bikini armor. Definitely not. Alright, now, definitely nothing perverted. Nothing perverted, meant by that. Alright, definitely only the most innocent of attentions. Alright, now. Definitely, the most innocent of attentions, yeah. Alright, now, we need to... Alright, now. She's saying that as an excuse to have me wear bikini armor? Annabelle, bikini armor is, female armor. Why are you wearing girl armor? Why are you wearing armor, that's female? Annabelle, you're wearing... Alright, now. Oh, well, you can wear whatever you want. Oh, well, you guys can wear whatever you want. I'm not gonna judge you for that. Abolish gender restrictions. Okay, I'm sorry. It's just that in most RPGs, it's just that in most video games, armor is very dependent on, gender, unfortunately. Unless you're a femboy, I guess. Yeah, but Annabelle, don't you deny being a femboy? Why do you wear the clothes of a bottom? Why do you wear the clothes of a bottom if you're not a femboy? Annabelle is a femboy confirmed. Annabelle is a femboy confirmed. Let's get alright, now let's get foam and bikini armor. I don't wear clothes of the bottom nor have a femboy. Right. Sure. Definitely true. Very, alright, sure. I believe you. Definitely not a lie, by the way. Sure. I believe you. Definitely not lying, by the way. Royal sandals, nice. Oh, oof, nice. Alright now, do. Alright now, Annabelle wears the clothes of the bottom. Hey, we got some coffee from the Devil Wheel. Did we drink, did we drink coffee that we got from a literal demon? I don't know. That sounds like it could be dangerous. Annabelle wears the armor of a bottom. Ouch. Alright, see what I mean about not paying attention? Alright, got that alright now. What? Oh, whoops. Alright now, sorry, I was kind of spacing out there for a second. Alright, sorry, I don't know, I was spacing out there for a second, got hit. I sometimes tend to do that. Right now, can we get the headgear from you, please? Whoops. I would make for a horrible Fae. Alright now, I am horrible. I am a horrible liar, so not lying. But you can't just tell outright. Of course, fairies do have a rule against outright lying. But that doesn't mean that fairies are honest. I mean, that doesn't mean that fairies are honest. It just means that they It just means that they act a little bit more like politicians. It just means that some of them might act a little more like politicians. It just means that the really smart ones will just act a little like politicians. Kind of talking the same way. Alright now. Technically speaking, Titania taught me how to do that. Just to kind of get around it because she knew it was a weakness that, I had. Yeah, Yeah, though, you know, I'm not very good at lying. I'm not very good at lying because I can't really tell outright lies. Ow! Alright, freaking, you know, armor. Freaking Fleeman. Alright, freaking Fleeman. Alright, I kinda need to be pixel perfect here. Right now, the ghost in the stairs, I think, is in this room. Just be a bit careful, they are resistant to physical. Alright, grab the charm necklace. Wait, this is the room that, you know, the ghost appears in, right? You know, the big ghost. Wait, if I alright, now, I definitely remember it being here. Of course, we have to kill enough ghosts to get it to appear. More like lawyers when you because when you do lawyer and fairies do reside in court. Where do fairies and lawyers reside in court? I guess so. I mean, then again, you know, rule sharking is, you know, just one of the things that, you know, fairies are very good at. Just be kind of aware of that. Yeah, right now. Oh no, there's a giant spooky ghost, you know, coming at me. Ow. Giant spooky ghost. Big spooky ghost. Hey there, spooky ghost. Ow. Owie. I took a crossbow bolt to the face. I took a crossbow bolt to the face. Ow. Owie. Ow. That hurt. That was mean. I don't like that. That was mean. That was mean. I don't like that. Oh, I already have all the gun curses I need. Owie. Ow, ow, ow. Ouch. Ow, pain Pico. Pain Pico. Ow. Owie. Ouch. Owie. Alright, lawyers and furries both go by the letter of the contract and the cut to spirit. Yeah, I mean, using, you know, genie troll logic as, you know, alright now. That's the same logic that genies, you know, operate by, you know, just, you know, insane troll logic, yeah. Just for... Oh no. Ow. Alright, and of course she resists magic. Uh-oh, switch to Charlotte. Switch to Charlotte to dodge that, you know, Hobby Toddy beam. Alright, now. I got her. Started deleted. Alright, I do have an outfit based on this character. I do have outfits, you know. I do have an outfit based on her, so I should probably, you know, get more art of that one in particular. Yeah, dodge, you know, watch. Yeah, switch to Charlotte when she does temptation, otherwise you're gonna get charmed and, you know, the Dorito outfit, no. No, not the Dorito outfit, the Astardi outfit, yeah. You know, I gotta, you know. There you know. Astardi is, you know, one of those villains that, you know, one of those villains. No, no, she tries to charm Jonathan and, you know, make him fight, you know, and make him fight for her, and that's no good. And that's no good. No. Yeah, we alright now. Alright now. Be gone, thought. We gotta be gone that thought. Be gone, thought. Oh, nice, we got a long spear, nice. Alright, that would have been, you know, helpful. Alright, now. Alright, the reason... Alright, now. The reason I was using Dart is because she resists the Holy Claymore. Yeah, probably the one enemy that, you know, Holy Claymore is not so good against. Which is just an annoying mechanic in and of itself. Alright, which is pretty annoying. Oh wait, alright now. Astardia is the current day would be a Twitch streamer funneling people to her OnlyFans. Oh no. I just realized that's exactly what she would be. Yeah, she would certainly be that. She would probably be one of those Twitch streamers. Alright, she's alright now. Astardia is, you know, a bit like, you know, a bit like that, you know, one girl, you know, Bad Bunny. That was around a few years ago. $5 a month! Alright now. Alright now. Alright now, I gotta admit that meme is not that funny. It looks like this meme is really old. Now Sabina. Alright now, that's a weird looking out Sabina, yeah. Why is part of it a woman? I don't know. Why is part of it a woman? I don't know. Why not, I guess. I don't know why not, I guess. Alright now, pudding bucket, nice. Alright now. Alright now, Astardia would probably, you know, e-beg on Twitch. You know, not gonna lie. Yeah, and probably use her magic to do it. Alright now. Alright, she would definitely be an e-beggar. She would definitely be a Twitch thought who's like an e-beggar. I mean, a totally legit, you know, Twitch streamer that definitely is 100% not a scammer. Definitely 100% not a scammer, by the way. Right now, I'm pretty sure there's a room, you know. Ow. I kind of forgot where it was. I thought there was a room with, you know, ectoplasm, with like 2 ectoplasm in it. I kind of want to get the curse. I kind of want to get the, you know, remove curse from it. I don't think I remember where exactly it was. Oh, whoop. Alright, well, I'm not gonna worry about that now. I'm not gonna worry about that now. I might as well just... Alright, now, I'm not gonna worry about that. Alright, $5 a month, you know, subscribe to, you know, Astardia, yeah. Subscribe to Astardia, you know, definitely, you know, alright now, and become indoctrinated, and become, you know, triumph into the army of darkness. Yeah, and don't forget to give me $5 a month. Alright now. Alright now, she's like, alright now. Astardia is just basically, you know, female DSP. She's using Pygnosis on Jonathan. She's using the Pygnosis. Oh no. Temptation is just Pygnosis. Alright now. It's how DSP, you know, it's, you know, how DSP, you know, appeals to people, you know, to rob them of their money. Only Astardia does that with souls. Alright, she kind of reminds me of, you know, that one episode of Batman the Animated Series where, you know, Ra's al Ghul was trying to get the secret of eternal life. It turned out the secret of eternal life is 100% a lie. Turns out that alright now. Alright, now spinning art successful. Now we learn spinning art. Alright, now overcome the curse is a bit of a tricky one. Alright now. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I should probably get that little blacked out area in there. Now that little area, you know, has a cool weapon inside of it. That I definitely 100% want. Alright now. Yeah, I'm really alright now. Remember, don't tell you know, Daddy Bezos that I said a whole bunch of things about, you know, his favorite Twitch streamers. Otherwise, if we have too much fun, you know, he'll you know, ban me. definitely, alright now. Alright now. Alright, what's like our, alright now. Alright now. Alright now that, alright now. Those streamers are 100% hardworking and totally legitimate, by the way. You know, in case, you know, Daddy Bezos is listening. Yo, the Nebula! Alright, not gonna lie, I think the Nebula is like the coolest weapon ever. I think the Nebula is easily one of the coolest weapons in this game. Kinda reminds me of the Sword Whip. Kinda reminds me of the Sword Whip in Dawn of Sorrow, which is, you know, very cool, but, you know, not very practical. Oh, alright, yeah. Alright, how we get cursed is, you know, we come up here. Yeah, we have to get Lilith's a particular attack, though. We have to get Lilith to basically do a very particular attack, though. There it is. Alright now, we need to run back real quick. We need to run real fast, you know, to get back. Luckily, this weapon homes in on people as it's very fast. We need to basically get back there, you know, in a hurry. Alright, and we got the Blessed Ring. Alright, I won't try to duplicate that quest reward because it's kind of a pain, you know. Alright, because you need to be cursed in order to actually complete it. Yeah, it's kind of like the Miser Ring. You can technically get multiple of them, but you know, if you like get a whole bunch of, if you get more than 0 money, you can't actually complete the quest. So doing that, so you know, so the curse immunity necklace and, you know, the Miser Ring are ones you can't really duplicate. So be careful about duplicating, you know, certain stuff like, you know, special moves or, you know, spinning art and stuff like that. Alright now, we be going to thought, and totally legitimate Twitch streamer. Definitely not an e-beggar. Definitely not a e-beggar who does hot streams or, you know, does naughty things on stream, you know, to get a bit of attention, or, you know, puts webcams on their butt. Alright, yeah. Definitely not playing games on their butt or something like that. Yeah, totally legit. By the Stardew is totally legit. Yeah. Anyway. I think I will bow out for now. Oh, excuse me. Alright, now let's see. Ooh. Alright, let's go raid. Alright, I don't. Alright, let's raid. Alright, thank you for the head pats, by the way. Let's raid Maria Pudding Way. Oops. Let's raid Maria Pudding Way. Thank you for the fun stream. No, you guys were the ones who were fun, okay? You guys were the ones who were fun, okay? You were really going at it in stream today, and I was like, you know, I was like, goodness, I can't keep up with that. I'm sorry, guys. And alright now. Alright, goodbye.